Behavior management. Today I will do my best to be the best. I will listen. I will follow directions. I will be honest. I will respect the rights of others. I can learn. I will learn. You see, I know it's all up to me. Effective classroom management is critical to your success. Classroom management refers to all of the things teachers do to organize students, space, time, and materials to maximize effective teaching and student learning. This video will give different ways to deal effectively with students' behavior in the classroom. You will listen to veteran teachers and an elder's perspective on behavior management. Each teacher will share what was effective for them in the classroom. Remember, everyone manages and deals with behavior in different ways. Teachers helping teachers. Gloria Ghost Randall, 6th grade teacher.
Okay, my name's Gloria Randall. I followed the Madeline Hunt's discipline. Name on the board is warning. 1 check mark is 5 minutes from recess. 2 check marks, 10 minutes. And the 3rd time, we'll go to the principal and talk to your parents about your discipline. I would ask her to be patient with the students, get to know your students, and talk to them and earn their trust. But you gotta respect them if you want them to respect you. The only thing different I would do is I probably have to, if I had difficulty in my classroom, I would go and ask another co-teacher how they did their discipline. The story I would share of my first day in the classroom would be when I worked in special ed with kindergarten, and we had to potty train a little boy, and now he's a senior. So it takes not just being a teacher, it takes almost like being a mother also, taking care of your students. And what I learned from this experience was you have to be patient and have all the skills of a parent plus doing the teaching. And some of the rewards and consequences. The rewards, I would praise them a lot. And the consequences, if I told them I was going to tell them, for example, I told them that they won't have recess if they're misbehaving. We're going to sit down and talk about it. And that's one of the consequences. I would take care of it the first time it happens. And my post-classroom expectation is I like to teach, and I like to get to know the kids and earn their trust, and I love visiting all the students in my classroom.
Colleen Badlian, special education teacher.
My philosophy in teaching was treat students as you would want to be treated, and they in turn will treat you with respect. And I always say, treat them like humans, and you would get anything out of them. Talk softly to them. Don't ever scold them, yell at them. But things got easy here, so when I moved on to Lower Brule, I taught 7th graders, so it was a challenge. I'm always talking with first-year teachers, and they always ask me, how do you do it? Well, my advice to them is always treat them like little humans, and they in turn will treat you nice. I don't think it says, what would you have done differently? I don't know. I don't think going back to my teaching, I don't think I would have done anything different, because it all seemed easy. It all went well. Some of the rewards and consequences I used was a lot of talking, a lot of praises, and it always worked. I always posted classroom expectations, but I felt I never had to use them. I never had to repeat because the students knew what I expected of them, and they always gave me what I expected of them. And like I said, I worked many years, and I always work with new students, new teachers. I go over, talk with them, see if they have any problems, or sometimes they come to me and ask me what I do, so that my students listen to me. And I always give them some hints. Number one, visit with them, be their friend, color with them, run with them, play with them, but always let them know that you're still above them. And in return, you will get whatever you want.
Crystal Jessen, kindergarten to third grade reading teacher.
I'm a graduate of Montana State College. I've been in the classroom for 35 years. And all classrooms need management. And in mine, I involved my students. So we discussed various offenses and what our punishment should be. And I usually just stuck with 3 or 4 offenses. And what our punishment would be, usually it was timeout or check marks. And I used a smiley face and a frowny face. And if they got 3 checks on the frowny face, they had to go visit the principal. And for a little one, that just broke their heart. So we was very careful to stay away from the 3rd offense. And my advice for a first-year teacher in the first days of school, lay ground rules. Say, this is the way things are going to be. This, this, and this. And you follow the steps. If the students know you're going to follow the steps and be consistent, you should have no problem. And what I would have done differently when I first started would have been that. Lay ground rules first. And then work from there. But make sure they understand. I think a good classroom manager knows, has her eyes on everything, whether she does or not. Actually, she knows. The instinct is there. Make sure she's aware of all things going on in the classroom. Even if you have a classroom with stations or different areas to work in, just make sure you know what's going on. And after a while, you can tell from experience if the voices are being raised, if whatever. So just be aware, and you'll be a good classroom manager. And like I said, the first days of school, when I talked so fast and went through so much and my students didn't absorb what I was saying, I learned from there to slow down and make sure they understand. Ask, does anyone have any questions? Am I going too fast? And then that's what I learned from that experience. And the rewards for my smiley faces and frowny faces, if you earned a number of smiley faces, at the end of the day they got to get in my treasure box, which was just a little, maybe a big shoe box, but I had little toys in there and whatnot that they could pick out and choose for their rewards, their smiley faces that they earned. And I always posted my expectations And in the morning when we went over our calendars, our daily events, our alphabet, we also went over our classroom rules, just in case you forget. And so that way, they was always aware of what was going on. They knew. And we wasn't springing anything on them unexpectedly. For rewards, always make sure that they know they are being rewarded. Just don't tell them, here, you earned a smiley face. Here, you can pick in the treasure box. Be specific. Okay, you listened real well during phonics, and you was participating during reading. You did great, you know. Your handwriting was fantastic today. That's why you earned a smiley face. So that's how they get to choose the rewards. And at the same time, if they're very naughty, be specific. You know, just little kids think you're blaming them for some reason or another. Well, I always tell them, you know, I was really disappointed in what you did to Susie today. And hitting hurts people. You wouldn't want to be hit, so don't you hit anyone. And explain why, you know, because often they don't understand. They have no idea what they've done.
Marie Randall, an elder from the community of Wombly, the Eagle Nest District, shares her own experiences from a Lakota perspective as she was growing up. The Lakota people's history was told through legends and stories that were passed down from generation to generation. As an elder, Marie is carrying on this tradition and knowledge.
Lena wichoka ki unkitha pi Lakota oyate ki lena wichoka ki yuhama onipi o piukha washijo trawichoka wa elo oha unhiupi na hake taku ota uyutho ke chapi o yukha uya wa makeki le oyate akita pi mi emachi api o trongashi la wa ma ensh mathoa hachanka e chiapi o na uchiwe ki ha itasi pa chaki mi e chiapi na inawa yake ha anawi zipi me echiapi na atewa yake ha chui uhuha echiapi he ogalala echiata hoyuka le takwa iwogla mashipiki he hani wakanja wichon chale trapiki dokesh ke mani piyuka oyate tipi el dana mani piki he echa iwogla maship. Today is a day for me to speak about the discipline of children of today. And it is very hard to express the things that have changed so much for ourselves as elders of today. Things have changed from our way of life into the society that and the governing system that we live under is so strange and so corrupted at times that we don't know how we're going to raise our children. There's so many laws made against our children, ourselves, and our whole nation of Lakota Oyate. Today, as I sit here and remembering back my grandmother, my mother, how they treated me with real joy and understanding, and my way of life to be is what they taught me. And today, as I remember what they told me and what they said to me and how to carry myself with respect and honor, because I am the generation keeper and I will be the builder of my nation, Lakota Oyate, my Lakota nation. And I was talked to, wachwala, quietly listen is what we had to do as a child. When grown-ups are talking or they're planning or something for the day, we have to sit quietly to understand what their plans are and to understand what to do in support of the family. And so Wahuela is listening quietly, and when our grandmothers are visiting with other relatives, and when they say Wahuela, Anagopta, that's quietly listen. And we had to listen to understand what they tell us and how to take care of ourselves. Listening is a very important part of our life in our childhood days. We were thought of as Wakayajas, and they taught us with respect and honor, and they never use harsh words, but Kwahuela, they tell us things to do it quietly and listen quietly so that we will understand. These are the things we want back to our children of today. Because of the things that they're doing to them, they're creating something that they do not have to live with. Because today's world is so fast that I don't think people have the time to sit down with children and work with them and talk to them and have them listen to you. And so today I think I think what our grandmothers are needed for, they have the greatest wisdom and understanding in life, because they have gone through so much that they teach our mothers how to take care of us. But the greatest teachers are the elders of the Lakota Weate. They're the greatest teachers because they know all about life and how to work in life and how to walk in life and what to do in life. And they're the greatest teachers of our nation as Lakota Weate. But we don't believe in ourselves anymore. We believe in something else, at the education of the other society that we live with. And we think we can be like them, but we cannot, because we were born Lakotas, and I think we need that back of respect, generosity, fortitude, and understanding of the way of life that Lakota should be walking. So today, as I sit here and speak, and I think that we need more of our elders to come and speak to our children, and we need more to work in the schools with them, our Tchakoja, so that they will know how to respect themselves and respect others.
Here are some helpful suggestions from the components of the ITC classroom program. The 5 P's of classroom management. Powerful. Curriculum, all planned and ready to go. Meaningful, useful, relevant, with opportunities to be creative and emotional. Prerequisites are in place. Teacher and students are in relationship with each other, as are students with students. Parameters are clear at all times. General and specific ground rules, procedures, and directions. Participation is expected and nurtured. Students are actively engaged and on task. Direct instruction provides for student involvement. Positive attitude. Teacher models a positive mental attitude towards students and classroom activities. Children Learn What They Live by Dorothy L. Nolte. Jordan Rose Prado, 3rd grader.
If children live with criticism, they learn to condemn. If children live with hostility, they learn to fight. If children live with fear, they learn to be apprehensive. If children live with pity, they learn to feel sorry for themselves. If children live with ridicule, they learn to be shy. If children live with jealousy, they learn what envy is. If children live with shame, they learn to feel guilty. If children live with tolerance, they learn to be patient. If children live with encouragement, they learn to be confident. If children live with praise, they learn to appreciate. If children live with approval, they learn to like themselves. If children live with acceptance, they learn to like the world. If children live with recognition, they learn to have a goal. If children live with sharing, they learn to be generous. If children live with honesty and fairness, they learn what truth and justice are. If children live with security, they learn to have faith in themselves and in those around them. If children live with friendliness, they learn that the world is a nice place in which to live. If children live with serenity, they learn to have peace of mind. With what are your children living in?
In the classroom, students should always come first. Can you ask yourself, is what I am about to do good for students? A teacher's responsibility is to give help and encourage children to be successful in the classroom. 3 things to help students be successful. 1 must feel successful. 1 must believe that others feel that he or she is successful. 1 must have ownership. Tell me and I will listen. Show me and I will understand. Involve me and I will learn. Lakota proverb.